Hello students of class 9. Now today I am going to discuss about the lesson 6, the poetry Mild the Mist Upon the Hill, written by Emily Jane Bronate. Emily John Bronate actually a very short lifespan poetess. She was alive in this earth for 30 years only. From 1818 to 1848, within 30 years, he wrote one novel, 200 poems. And her father name was Reverend Patrick Bronate, and mother name was Maria Branwell Bronate. So one novel is very important in her life, that is Wuthering Heights. It's a classical literature which recognized her into the whole world about her classical writings. You just try to remember that only novel that means that actually Wuthering Heights, which provides the highest descriptions of the nature, and it's alive, a real picture of the nature. Now, before going to the poetry, we just try to know something about the title, Mild the Mist Upon the Hill. Mild, little bit, slight. Slight mist, that is light fall. Upon, it's a preposition, where on the hill. Far away there is a big hill, huge hill, where you will see that little bit fog covered it. And it's actually reminds you the past of your life, the youth of your life, the childhood of your life, means what you have passed under these circumstances. That will remind you. And as the poet describes this kinds of landscape, she tried her level best to remind you about your childhood. So somehow we the readers actually find the childhood in our daily life. So in this poetry you will get the natural pictures of life, what Emily John Bronate actually passed, and tried her level best to share the fragrance of the beauty, and always the fragrance of beauty raised some questions that something new would be coming. It's a ray of hope, and hope is the life. And I hope, my dear friend, my dear students, that you will believe in today and hopeful of tomorrow. So now this is the title and the whole theme of the poetry. It's a nice picture what will also help you to describe any kinds of natural beauty. কিন্তু এই কবিতাটা ডিসকাস করার আগে আমি যেটা তোমাদের কাছে চাইবো, ইট ইজ মাই এক্সপেকটেশন, পরীক্ষায় তো আসবে না, বাট ইউ হ্যাভ টু say this poetry like a poems. You study this poetry and memorize your mind. দেখে দেখে বলা চলবে না, না দেখে তোমাদেরকে বলতে হবে. So, mild the mist upon the hill, telling not of storm tomorrow. No, the day has wept its fill, spent its store of silent sorrow. Mild the mist upon the hill. What does it mean? I told you in the very beginning. Mild the mist upon the hill, far away, distant away from her house, there is the biggest hill which is covered everything, and there is a little bit light fog. The light fog can tell you that what will be tomorrow, that there will be no storm, no hazards in the near future. No, the day has wept its fill, spent its store of silent sorrow. No, the day has wept its fill. It's like it's tearing. It's now crying. It's feel off. That the day has wept. It's now something shadow. Spent its store of silent sorrow. Something sadness is covered the mind of the whole peoples on the time. Everyone is full of grief. So the first stanza provide you the sequence, the situation of the nature which will provide you the hope and as well as the grief mind of people. Oh, I am going back to the days of youth. I am a child once more, and beneath my father's sheltering roof, and near the old hall door. And that scenario, that landscape, actually, the poetess gone to her back days, the youth days, the young age when she was very child. And what did she do on that time? She was beneath her father's sheltering roof. She was actually under the protection in a big house and near the old hall door. That was the biggest hall in her house where they were the lovely moment, and they were passing their days with a full of comfortability without any hazards. Now this two stanza will provide you the present situation and the next part of life. So, my dear students, what is the internal sense of that two stanza? The internal sense is that when we are into the grief moment of our life, somehow it is a little bit distance. It's actually affect you. Whether it is far away from your life, but it will affect you. And ultimately, we are not puzzled on that time. We have to hope for the next. Maybe there is a silence. Something sorrowful, unhappiness is there. But it will cover the future. Means everyone is hopeful. Everyone is really optimist for the next. And what is the second? The second stanza will provide you, and I'm gonna back to the days of youth. And something sorrowful turn back to you, your life criticism. What you have done, whether it is good, whether it is positive or negative, whatever may be, you will actually remember the days what you have passed. So my dear students, you just write down the summary, external and the internal. First you have to write the external meaning and then internal. So I have given some questions to here. এখানে দেখো আমি 8টা কোশ্চেন্স তোমাদেরকে দিয়েছি. You have to write down these questions. A summary of the two stanza with external and internal meaning. Who is family Jane Bronate? What was the name of her first novel? What does the myth tell to the poet? How was day described by the poet in first stanza? What do you mean spent its store of silent sorrow? What does the mist predict about tomorrow? How does the mist get the poetess back to the child? These are the questions. I hope you will remember. And if you have any problem, any queries, you just try to send me a message on my WhatsApp number or call me from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock. Thank you very much.